Beloved chosen one, listen carefully. You did not stumble upon these words by chance. Heaven itself has pressed pause on everything around you to deliver this message. Something has been stirring in your atmosphere, a restlessness you cannot explain. A sudden heaviness when you step outside, a shiver that runs through your soul when your neighbor's eyes linger too long. You are not imagining it. The spiritual realm is shifting, and heaven is trying to get your attention. You have felt it lately, the strange silence in the air, the way peace seems to retreat without reason. You've caught whispers of intuition, a subtle pull warning you to stay alert. The truth is this: the danger is close, closer than you think. The enemy has not come from afar, it has crept in quietly. Disguised behind familiar faces and neighborly smiles, there are moments when you hear footsteps in the spirit, soft, yet echoing with intent. This is not paranoia, this is discernment. Heaven is trying to awaken your gift, the one you've tried to ignore because it makes you feel different. But you were never meant to blend in. You are chosen. You are set apart. You carry light that exposes what others want to keep hidden. And now, because that light is growing stronger, darkness has taken notice. Listen. Chosen one, the angel of the Lord has been assigned to you. While you sleep, he stands guard. While you walk through the day, he hovers unseen. You may not hear his wings, but you will feel his presence. He moves when your spirit senses danger, shifting the course of events so that destruction misses you by a breath. You are being preserved for something greater. That is why this warning comes now. Your neighbor is not your enemy in the natural sense, but something within them has opened a door. It may be jealousy, resentment, or an unseen bitterness that your light provokes. They smile when you pass by, but something in their energy feels sharp, like a blade wrapped in velvet. Heaven sees what you cannot see. That is why the whisper came to you in the night, the strange dream that refused to leave your mind. It was not random. It was divine. You see, chosen ones carry an atmosphere that disturbs darkness. Your presence alone exposes motives. That's why lately the conversations around you have changed. The warmth has cooled, the tone has shifted, and subtle jabs have replaced genuine words. Do not dismiss these signs, then this is heaven's way of saying, pay attention. Do not be afraid. Fear is not your portion. This is not a message to make you tremble, but to make you ready. God is not revealing danger to torment you. He reveals it to protect you. He is positioning you to step away from traps before they close. This is why he speaks to you when no one else seems to understand. Many people around you may call you too sensitive or overthinking. They do not realize that what they call sensitivity, heaven calls discernment. You hear the quiet warnings others miss. You sense the shifts before they happen. You are spiritually attuned, and that is not a curse. That is your crown. That now, beloved, heaven is calling for obedience. Do not share every detail of your plans. Do not open your door to every knock. Guard your peace like treasure. Your light has attracted attention, both divine and dark. You must learn to move with wisdom, not fear. As we are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 91, verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. You are not alone in this moment. The same angel that warned Joseph in a dream, that led Daniel out of the lion's den, that strengthened Elijah beneath the juniper tree, that same presence is near you right now. Heaven does not waste words. And this message is not coincidence. If your spirit has stirred while reading these lines, it is because the Holy Spirit is confirming something already whispered in your heart. Take heed. Step back. Observe. You will see the truth of what has been hidden. And when you do, give glory to God, for He has spared you from harm unseen. This message is not fear, it is preparation. It is mercy reaching for you before deception strikes. You are under divine surveillance, protected by unseen power, guided by a voice that cannot lie. Chosen one. If this message resonates deep within you, if you feel the confirmation in your chest, then respond as an act of agreement. Like, share, and comment the number 777 below as a prophetic sign that you choose divine protection and clarity. Subscribe if you haven't already, to stay connected to future divine messages. You are not scrolling by accident. You are being called. You awaken with a heaviness in your chest, a weight that words cannot name. The night feels alive, almost listening. The faintest sound carries meaning now, the creak of wood, the hush of wind. And in that stillness, a presence brushes against your soul. The air thickens, charged with something divine. You do not see it, but you know an angel has entered the room. Chosen one. Heaven has dispatched a messenger. You were not abandoned in confusion. You were surrounded by guardians all along. This moment was written long before you took your first breath. Every trembling of your heart, every sigh of uncertainty, every whisper of something feels off, none of it escaped heaven's notice. There are times when angels do not come in brilliance or fire. They come in quiet authority, through sudden peace when you should be afraid, through a voice that rises within and says, "Leave now." They are heaven's agents, moving unseen to interrupt the plans of destruction. Tonight, that interruption is happening for you. The angel stands between you and a trap laid by deception. There has been a plot forming, subtle and unseen, operating through the person you've come to trust nearby, your neighbor, your confidant, or the one who suddenly seems too interested in your affairs. Heaven reveals what your eyes cannot. You were never meant to walk into harm unaware. The Lord has pulled back the veil just enough for you to see the edge of danger. Do you remember the unease that rose in you after your last conversation with them? The way your spirit tightened, though their words sounded kind, that was not suspicion. That was discernment. The angel nudged your soul, whispering what your logic could not yet explain. The supernatural often speaks in subtleties, and only the chosen recognize the code. You must understand this when you are chosen. Your protection is not passive. Heaven does not simply watch over you, it intervenes. Every divine interruption is mercy in motion. The delay, the missed call, the sudden change of plan, all orchestrated by unseen hands. Angels are not ornamental, they are strategic. They are sent to redirect your path when the enemy's scheme draws near. Right now, as you read, an unseen war is unfolding on your behalf. Forces of light are restraining forces of darkness. You are not defenseless, no matter what the enemy whispers. The fear that once kept you awake will begin to fade as you realize this truth: you are guarded by divine appointment. Sometimes the angelic message does not come through sound, but through resistance. Doors that refuse to open, people who suddenly distance themselves, invitations that evaporate at the last moment. You may call it coincidence. Heaven calls it preservation. The angel of the Lord steps into time to alter outcomes you were never meant to face. Chosen one. Remember the ancient story of Balaam, how the prophet, blinded by greed, could not see the angel standing in the path with a sword drawn, ready to stop him from destruction. It was only when the donkey spoke that he realized the divine interruption was mercy, not punishment. So too is heaven standing before you now, sword drawn in light, halting your steps before you move toward harm. The presence you feel is not your imagination. The sudden stillness that fills your home is not emptiness. It is sacred space being established. The angel guards not just your dwelling, but your mind, your peace, your purpose. You are being hidden in plain sight, shielded beneath the shadow of the Almighty. You may ask, why would heaven warn me about someone so close? Because proximity is the weapon darkness prefers. The enemy cannot reach what is distant, so it tries to infiltrate what feels familiar. This is why your spiritual awareness must stay sharp. Trust what your spirit reveals even when your emotions protest. God's warnings may sound inconvenient, but they are always accurate. Take comfort. Chosen one, the messenger sent to you carries not fear but instruction. You are not being warned merely to withdraw, you are being prepared to discern. Not every friendly face is safe, and not every silence means peace. The angel is teaching you how to see beyond appearances, to read energy, to feel truth in your bones, and in that sacred stillness. As you listen deeper, a whisper echoes from eternity, gentle yet commanding, familiar yet powerful. We are reminded through the sacred writings of the Psalms, chapter 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and delivers them. Let that truth anchor you. Even now, your surroundings shift because that word is alive. You are not at the mercy of deception. You are under divine surveillance. The angel encamps, not visits, not passes by, but encamps, establishing a perimeter of light around your life. That means nothing moves near you without heaven's awareness. Take a deep breath, chosen soul. The danger is seen. The warning has been delivered. The messenger stands near. You are not to panic, but to perceive. Every step from this moment forward will be guarded, guided, and graced. You have been interrupted by heaven, and that interruption has saved your life. The light of morning spills through your window, but something feels different. The air carries a tension that your body cannot ignore. You sense it again, that quiet resistance when you step outside, that strange heaviness near the edge of your property. It is not imagination, it is revelation. Heaven is still speaking, and what was once hidden is beginning to show itself. Chosen one, the Holy Spirit does not exaggerate. When he gives warning, it is because something beneath the surface has begun to move. The danger you feel around your neighbor is not physical alone, it is spiritual. Behind the gestures of kindness, behind the borrowed smiles, there lies an energy that does not wish you well. You have seen glimpses of it already, the envy in their tone when you speak of your blessings, the curiosity that feels more like intrusion, the subtle way your peace seems to drain after every conversation. These are not coincidences, they are indicators of an unseen darkness. The Holy Spirit reveals that your neighbor has been whispering words not of peace but of comparison. They speak kindly to your face but release complaint and judgment when you are not near. It is not about gossip, it is about energy. Words carry spirit, and their words have been building a spiritual cloud, one that heaven is now exposing. Do not take this personally. Darkness reacts violently to light. You have been walking in divine favor, and favor always attracts attention, both holy and unholy. What is near you is not simply a person. It is a spirit operating through a person. The Spirit of the Lord pulls back the mask, not so you may condemn, but so you may discern. Your peace has value. Chosen one. The enemy knows that if it can drain your peace, it can distort your discernment. That is why every encounter with this person leaves you spiritually tired. They are not feeding from your words, they are feeding from your light. Heaven reveals this to you now, not so you will hate, but so you will guard. Discernment is heaven's alarm system. It is subtle yet certain. It is that inner discomfort that whispers, something is off. You have felt this for weeks, but out of love, you tried to silence it. Yet the more you suppressed it, the louder heaven spoke. Now the truth stands clear. You are surrounded by both admiration and envy, and they coexist in the same vessel next door. This is not the first time the chosen have faced hidden darkness disguised as neighborly love. Cain smiled at Abel before envy moved him to strike. Saul praised David before jealousy drove him to madness. Betrayal often wears the face of familiarity. That is why your eyes must not only see but perceive. There is no need for fear, but there is need for awareness. Your prayers are now the fire that reveals what hides in shadow. Heaven instructs you to continue walking in kindness, but never in blindness. You must set spiritual boundaries not to punish, but to protect, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the Gospel according to Luke. Chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light. These words now unfold before your very life. Heaven is not exposing to embarrass, it is exposing to preserve. Every secret intention, every quiet jealousy, every silent wish for your downfall will surface, not through your effort, but through divine orchestration. You will notice the change. Soon glances that used to carry warmth will turn uncertain. Words that once sounded supportive will stumble under the weight of truth. When this happens, do not gloat, simply stand still. The exposure is not your doing. It is heaven's justice moving on your behalf. You are not called to confront everyone who means you harm. You are called to outgrow them. When light increases, darkness must retreat. That is the season you are stepping into. The discomfort you feel now is the sound of spiritual walls being drawn, boundaries of protection, invisible but unbreakable. Do not speak much about this revelation. Speak instead to God. Let your silence become a sanctuary, your stillness a strategy. The more you stay hidden in Him, the clearer the truth will become. Those who plotted in shadows will find themselves tripping over their own words. You will soon realize that what felt like betrayal was actually divine filtering. Heaven is removing what cannot walk with you into the next chapter. Not every neighbor is meant to be your confidant. Some are merely witnesses present only long enough to see the glory that follows obedience. The fear that once held you will lift. You will walk outside again and feel the atmosphere clear. You will sense angels reclaiming your territory, restoring purity to your environment. For now, simply stay alert and keep your spirit calm. Now, as an act of faith, type "light exposes all" in the comments below. These 3 words declare agreement with heaven's revelation. When you write them, you are not engaging in superstition. You are declaring alignment that truth will always triumph over hidden deceit. Let it be your confirmation that you choose discernment over denial, awareness over ignorance, light over illusion. You are not a victim of darkness, you are its disruption. The morning moves slowly, heavy with unseen weight. You notice the way your surroundings feel slightly colder when certain people draw near, as though the air itself recoils from what is hidden within them. You used to doubt these impressions, but now you are learning to trust what your spirit says before your mind can explain it. The revelation is clear. What you are sensing is not merely human emotion. It is the presence of a darker current, one that feeds on envy. Chosen one, envy is not always loud. It rarely announces itself in anger or insult. More often, it disguises itself in politeness, in exaggerated interest, in overfamiliar curiosity. The spirit of jealousy does not want to destroy you publicly. It seeks to weaken you quietly. It studies your habits, your joys, your patterns of peace. It imitates affection while harboring bitterness. And when your light shines too brightly, it begins to whisper lies to those near you, twisting their admiration into resentment. This is what has been stirring around you. Heaven reveals not to frighten you, but to equip you. You are not under attack because you are flawed. You are under watch because you are favored. The grace on your life is visible in the spirit realm, and darkness cannot ignore it. Envy becomes the weapon of those who cannot comprehend why you still stand after all that was meant to break you. Every chosen one walks through this valley. Joseph knew it when his brothers sold him. David felt it when Saul's jealousy turned into spears. Jesus endured it when the crowd he healed turned to mock him. You are walking a familiar path, but unlike them. You have the record of their victories as your guidance. You will not fall where they rose. You might notice, chosen one, that jealousy has an energy of imitation. It studies the anointed so it can mimic them. Your neighbor's words, gestures, even your ideas, somehow they appear mirrored in their life. Do not be troubled. It is proof that your light has become a pattern others attempt to replicate. Darkness cannot create, it can only counterfeit. And envy is its method of replication. The danger of jealousy lies not in what others possess, but in what they perceive you to have. Your peace becomes their frustration. Your confidence feels like arrogance to the insecure. And when envy takes root, it does not rest until it can drain what it envies. Heaven warns you, now guard your joy. It is your most powerful defense. Do not try to expose them yourself. Do not confront in rage. The Spirit of the Lord will handle exposure in His own time. Your task is to stay grounded, to refuse bitterness. The enemy hopes you will react emotionally, for reaction invites retaliation. Instead, respond spiritually with prayer, with silence, and with wisdom. Every time you resist the urge to fight in the flesh, the angels strengthen your hedge of protection. Heaven reminds you of something deeper. Still, envy cannot thrive where gratitude abides. Continue thanking God for every small victory. Gratitude purifies the atmosphere. It drives out spiritual parasites. Speak words of thanksgiving even when confusion tempts you to complain. Your praise becomes armor that jealousy cannot pierce. The Spirit now takes you into revelation. Envy does not only exist around you, it sometimes seeks entry through you. When you see others prosper, resist comparison. Comparison weakens calling. Remember, what is yours cannot be taken. What is theirs cannot complete you. The Lord's timing remains perfect, and His gifts are without regret. Heaven speaks clearly through the writings of the Apostle James. Chapter 3, verse 16. For where envy and self-seeking exist, confusion and every evil thing are there. These words are not ancient warnings alone, they are maps of energy. Envy breeds confusion, and confusion opens doors to chaos. That is why the enemy tries to plant it near you, hoping to pollute your clarity. But your awareness now becomes your deliverance. You will no longer ignore those subtle shifts in tone, those smiles that carry tension. You will simply bless them and walk on, untouched. Chosen one, there is power in knowing what moves around you. Light is not afraid of darkness, it simply reveals it. The jealousy you face is confirmation that you carry something others have not yet discovered within themselves. So instead of resentment, release compassion. Bless even those who curse your peace, for in doing so, you remove their access to your energy. Soon, you will watch as the envy collapses under its own weight. Those who wished you harm will grow weary of their own schemes. They will realize that your success was never born from manipulation but from grace. They will see that no curse can cling to what God has blessed. So walk forward, calm and unshaken. Keep your spirit pure. And protect your joy, your silence, your light. For jealousy will burn itself out when it cannot find fear to feed on. And you, beloved, will continue rising radiant, untouchable, chosen. There are nights when you stand by your window, staring at the quiet sky, and you wonder if heaven still sees you. The stars seem motionless, your prayers hang unanswered, and the weight of being different presses against your chest like stone. Yet even in that silence, something divine breathes. Heaven is not ignoring you, it is sculpting you. Every delay is a chisel stroke, every unanswered question is the shaping of your crown. Chosen one, you are walking through a season of unveiling. What has been hidden within you is now being called forth. But to reveal gold, fire must come first. To polish the diamond, pressure must be applied. Do not despise the heat or the weight, it is heaven refining your brilliance. But be aware while God refines, darkness imitates. The imitation looks like comfort, like admiration, like understanding, but its motive is to distract. Your neighbor's sudden interest in your struggles, their subtle probing into your private life, it feels gentle, but something within you tightens each time. That tightening is your guardian spirit, the Holy Spirit himself whispering, "Do not open every door that knocks." Discernment is your armor. The manipulative spirit wears kindness like a mask. It watches what comforts you, then imitates it to gain access. It studies your speech to mirror your faith. That is why imitation is more dangerous than confrontation. Darkness rarely shouts, it whispers in familiar tones. Heaven teaches you now that not all who walk beside you are walking with you. Some simply follow the warmth of your light because they cannot generate their own. And when your light shines too bright, they feel their shadows exposed. Yet remember, this light never competes, it simply illuminates. So do not lose heart when imitation surrounds you. Let it confirm your authenticity. You are not meant to prove your purity, your consistency will do that for you. Keep speaking truth, even when others twist it. Keep loving purely, even when others copy it for gain. For what is born in imitation cannot survive in divine presence. As was written by the Apostle Paul in his second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 14. And no wonder, for Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light. These words remain as relevant as the breath you draw. They remind you that not all light originates from heaven. Some light only reflects what it envies. The Spirit of God calls you to distinguish reflection from radiance, to see what glows from the source and what merely borrows shine. You, beloved, carry the radiance that cannot be stolen. That is why shadows cluster near you. They hope to borrow your warmth. But your task is simple: stay rooted in the true source. Keep your devotion pure. Protect your prayer time like a garden fenced with flame. When you water your faith daily, imitation withers on its own. And now, pause. Breathe deeply. Can you feel that stirring within? That is heaven's current moving through you, reminding you that this message was meant for this very moment. If you have felt this confirmation, if these words touch something you could never quite explain, then I invite you, with sincerity, to join the movement of light. Support the work that carries messages like this across the world. When you like, you strengthen the signal that lets another chosen soul find hope. When you share, you become the messenger angel, spreading divine awareness into places you may never visit. When you subscribe, you step into a circle of light that continues to grow in strength and revelation. And if you feel led by the Spirit, you can even donate, not as payment, but as a prophetic act. A seed of gratitude that says, I believe in this flow of truth. Think of it like lighting a candle. One flame can illuminate a room. 100 can brighten a city. Each act of support is a flame added to the altar of truth. It allows the message to travel further, touching souls who are still wandering in silence. Unsure that God remembers them, you may never meet them, but heaven records every act of generosity as fragrance rising before the throne. Your support, no matter how small, is oil in the lamp, and as long as that lamp burns, darkness cannot claim the night. So as you read these final words of this section, let gratitude replace fear. Let confidence replace confusion. You are chosen, yes, but you are also sustained. The very same light that shields you also flows through you to others. You are not merely receiving this message, you are becoming part of its divine echo. Your story, your strength, your endurance, all of it contributes to heaven's testimony that light always wins. And because you carry that light faithfully, the kingdom grows brighter through you. You have begun to see it clearly now, the subtle pattern of events that used to seem random, the strange fatigue that came after certain conversations, the clouded thoughts that followed uninvited company, the sudden waves of confusion right after moments of peace. Heaven has been teaching you to trace the fingerprints of the unseen. What once felt like chaos is now revealing its design. Chosen one, the time has come for obedience. The angel who has been guarding your path now speaks not in mystery, but in command. The message is clear. Create distance. This is not cruelty, it is spiritual hygiene. When you stay too close to what God is separating you from, you begin to absorb battles that were never yours to fight. It may feel unnatural to step back, especially from those who once shared your laughter or your burdens. But heaven sees what the human heart refuses to. What appears as kindness in the natural may conceal contamination in the spiritual. And when you ignore the gentle command to move, heaven sometimes has to shake the ground beneath you to get your attention. You've already felt that shaking, haven't you? The subtle discomfort in your spirit when their name appears on your phone, the way peace leaves your space right after they leave your door, the uneasiness that lingers in the atmosphere even when no harsh words were spoken. That is not overreaction, it is divine discernment. Heaven is signaling, it is time. The distance God asks for is not punishment, it is preparation. You are being drawn into a quieter orbit, one where your mind can clear and your spirit can breathe again. Not everyone who began this journey with you can remain for the next season. Some were meant to witness your growth, not to walk in it. Others were meant to test your obedience, not to join your destiny. The angel's voice carries authority but also tenderness. It says, "Step back before the contamination becomes connection." The danger of ungodly ties is that they blend with affection. You feel compassion for what is slowly draining you. The spiritual toxin often disguises itself as loyalty. You begin to confuse endurance with wisdom, thinking you are loving them as Christ commands, while heaven weeps because you are staying where grace has already lifted. This command to distance is not abandonment, it is alignment. God is not calling you away from people, He is calling you toward purpose. And some relationships cannot survive the altitude of your next assignment. When the eagle rises, the air grows thinner. Only those with divine lungs can breathe beside you up there. Heaven speaks with clarity through the writings of the Apostle Paul in the second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 14. Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. That verse has echoed for centuries, but today it moves with personal urgency. Unequally yoked does not only mean unbelievers in faith, it means anyone whose energy, mindset, or motives pull you away from your divine focus. When you remain bound to what resists your elevation, your wings grow heavy, and your prayers lose velocity. Chosen one, your deliverance begins with a single step back. You are not rejecting them, you are protecting the anointing that God has trusted you with. Boundaries are not barriers, they are blessings. When you create distance, heaven fills the space with peace. You will feel the difference almost immediately. Your thoughts will sharpen, your atmosphere will settle, and your dreams will regain clarity. You must not explain your obedience to everyone. Some will misinterpret your silence as pride, others as distance, but you are not required to clarify divine instruction. The proof of obedience is not explanation, it is preservation. As you move away, heaven moves closer. The angel that once whispered is now standing visibly in the spirit realm, building a wall of light around you. The more you obey, the thicker that wall becomes. Soon, what once touched your peace will no longer find its way in. And now, as you seal this revelation with action, take one more prophetic step of agreement. In the comments below, write 888, the number of new beginnings. It is not superstition, it is symbolism. When you type those 3 digits, you are declaring to heaven, I choose obedience over attachment. I choose alignment over approval. I choose new beginnings. Let the number become your signature of surrender, a spiritual contract between your decision and divine protection. For you, beloved, this is not the end of a connection, it is the beginning of your consecration. And when heaven sees obedience, it releases expansion. Step back, breathe, watch what unfolds next. There is a sacred wisdom in silence, and heaven is teaching you how to wield it. You have spoken enough, explained enough, defended your boundaries enough. Now is the season where your silence will speak for you. The world may misread your quiet as retreat, but in the spirit, it is strategy. The angel of the Lord stands by, nodding with approval. For stillness is the mark of those who trust divine timing more than human reaction. Chosen one. You have spent so much of your life trying to prove your heart to people who were never meant to understand it. You've poured words like rivers, explaining your intentions, your loyalty, your goodness, yet the more you spoke, the less they seemed to hear. That is because spiritual deafness cannot be cured with verbal explanation. Some hearts are not hardened by malice but by blindness. They simply cannot recognize light when it stands before them. Now, the Spirit whispers a higher wisdom. Step back, stay still, and let revelation speak in your place. The truth that once cost you your peace will soon defend you without your voice. There will come a time when your silence will convict louder than any argument could. And when that moment arrives, heaven itself will echo the truth you once wept over in solitude. There is strength in saying less. It does not mean you are weak or indifferent. It means you understand the power of restraint. The tongue has the power of life and death, and sometimes the most powerful response is none at all. When you stop feeding confusion with explanation, it starves. The angel watching over you has shifted from a posture of warning to one of guarding. The moment you obeyed the command to create distance, heaven began fortifying your atmosphere. You might have noticed that your rest has deepened, your mind feels clearer, and even your environment seems lighter. That is not imagination, it is the evidence of spiritual cleansing. You are standing in a sanctuary that words cannot describe. Still, silence is not the absence of voice, it is the presence of peace. In that sacred quiet, heaven begins to reveal what you could not perceive amid the noise. You start to see people for who they are, not for who they pretended to be. The Holy Spirit, gentle but unyielding, uncovers motives, not for gossip, but for understanding. The truth no longer wounds you, it instructs you. In your silence, you will hear heaven's whisper more clearly. Divine instructions that once seemed fragmented will now fall into place like stars forming constellations. What was once confusing becomes coherent. You will find yourself realizing that God was never late. He was simply waiting for you to stop talking long enough to listen. Chosen one. Silence also protects your oil. Every word you release carries a portion of your spiritual energy. When you speak into ears that are not assigned to your destiny, your oil spills in places where it cannot grow fruit. The enemy knows this and tries to provoke you to talk through misunderstanding, through gossip, through accusation because it wants your words to exhaust you. But now, heaven has taught you the art of withholding. You speak only when it builds, only when it heals, only when the Holy Spirit directs. The wisdom of silence is not about hiding, it is about preserving. You are not running from confrontation, you are rising above it. There is a point where explaining yourself becomes spiritual leakage, and you have now passed that threshold. You are operating on a higher frequency, one that only peace can sustain, according to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 28. Even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. The ancient words hold a power that transcends time. They remind you that silence, when guided by discernment, can become a divine weapon. It confuses darkness, frustrates manipulation, and allows truth to reveal itself without resistance. And so, you rest your voice but not your vigilance. You are still watchful, still discerning, still aligned. You speak less, but you see more. Every pause becomes a prayer. Every moment of stillness a seed of wisdom growing in unseen soil. Soon, your silence will become testimony. Those who misread your quiet will later marvel at your peace. They will realize that it was not indifference but divine focus. You are being trained to move like the wind unseen, unpredictable, yet undeniably present. Keep walking softly, chosen soul. Heaven is clearing noise from your path so you may hear the next instruction clearly. You are not losing your voice. You are refining it. And when the moment comes for you to speak again, your words will carry weight that shakes foundations. Until then, your silence remains your sword, and your peace your proof. The night before it happened, you dreamed something strange, something vivid enough to cling to you even after waking. You saw faces blurred by fog, a road you did not recognize, perhaps even a gate that would not open. You woke with your heart pounding and your spirit unsettled. You tried to brush it off, but the echo of that dream followed you through the day like a whisper only heaven could send. Chosen one, that was not just a dream. It was a coded message from the Spirit. Heaven often speaks in symbols because revelation is too weighty to hand over all at once. Dreams are the divine language of the subconscious, the realm where your soul listens more than it reasons. While you slept, God bypassed your logic to deliver truth straight into your spirit. You might not remember every image, but you remember how it felt: the pressure, the presence, the certainty that something unseen was trying to reach you. That feeling was not random. It was the fingerprint of revelation. Heaven was alerting you to a pattern, a shift, a coming exposure. Your dream was a mirror to the spiritual reality around you. The road you saw was your path. The fog was confusion sent by darkness to blur your discernment. The closed gate represented the relationships and environments that no longer serve your growth. Heaven was telling you that not every door should open, even when you knock in sincerity. Some rejections are protection disguised as denial. For many chosen ones, God speaks through the night because the noise of the world is finally quiet. The mind surrenders its constant motion, and the heart becomes still enough to receive. This is why the enemy also tries to invade your dreams, because he knows heaven uses them as communication lines. Nightmares are often not meant to terrify you, but to alert you that a battle has begun in the unseen. When you wake from a dark dream, do not fear. Interpret. Pray for understanding rather than comfort, because interpretation transforms fear into revelation. Sometimes heaven's dream language is clear, a warning about a person, a place, or a situation. Other times, it is layered in mystery and image that will only make sense days later when an event unfolds. That delay is purposeful. It trains your spirit to recognize patterns, not just pictures. Revelation is not a single event, it's a rhythm between heaven and your heart. You have likely noticed that your dreams have grown more intense lately. That is because your spirit has matured. The closer you walk with God, the more vivid your communication becomes. It is not just imagination, it is intimacy. Heaven trusts you with previews because you have proven faithful with mysteries. The angel assigned to you often stands near your bed as you sleep, not to frighten, but to guard. Every dream you remember that ends with sudden peace, that was his presence silencing the interference of darkness. Every time you wake from fear and find calm within seconds, that is him reminding you you are protected even while you rest. There is also something deeper when God warns you through dreams. He is not only protecting you from others, he is shaping your obedience. He teaches you to respond to whispers, not just shouts. Those who learn to heed dreams become sensitive to divine timing. They move before crisis, not after it. You are learning to trust those midnight messages. Write them down. Pray over them. Ask the Holy Spirit for interpretation. You will begin to notice that your dreams form a map of your spiritual journey, each one a marker of transformation. The same dream that once frightened you will later make sense as confirmation. For this reason, the sacred writings of Job, chapter 33, verses 14 and 15, hold fresh meaning for you today. For God speaks in one way and in two. Though man does not perceive it in a dream, in a vision of the night, those words remind you that heaven is never silent. It simply changes frequency. God may speak through a sermon, through scripture, or through stillness, but when he chooses the dream, it means the message is urgent. It bypasses all filters to reach your spirit unedited. So when you next awaken from something vivid or strange, do not dismiss it as coincidence. Sit still for a moment. Ask, what are you showing me? Lord, sometimes the interpretation will come like lightning, clear and immediate. Other times, it will unfold slowly, aligning with events over the next few days. Either way, the message will confirm itself, for truth always finds its echo. Dreams, chosen one, are not random movies of the mind, they are scrolls of instruction. Some warn, some comfort, some reveal destiny. Yours have become holy ground, a secret meeting place between heaven and your spirit. And in that realm, you are safe. Even asleep, you remain watched, guarded, loved. You feel it before you see it, the subtle vibration in the atmosphere, the invisible trembling that tells you something has shifted again. The days have become quieter, but not empty. It is the calm of heaven's army taking position. You, chosen one, stand in the midst of a battle that is more spiritual than physical. What your eyes cannot see, your spirit already knows. The ground beneath you hums with the footsteps of angels. Each prayer you've whispered has summoned movement in the unseen. The sigh you released in exhaustion last night was heard as a command in the heavens. You think you've been still, but your obedience has been warfare. Every time you chose forgiveness instead of fury, every time you stayed silent instead of defending yourself, you declared, "Light still rules here." That declaration shook the corridors of darkness more than any shouted word could. Chosen one, do you know what is happening even now? There are forces rearranging, assignments being transferred, old demonic claims being cancelled. You have stepped into a new realm of authority. What once intimidated you now trembles at your calm. That is not pride, it is alignment. You are finally walking in rhythm with the kingdom. But with revelation comes resistance. The closer you grow to divine purpose, the louder deception tries to whisper. It will use familiar voices, familiar faces, even memories to pull you back into old energies of doubt and self-blame. You must stand firm in your awareness. Remember, you are not fighting against the people around you. You are confronting the spirits that manipulate them. Your battle is never against flesh. It is against systems of darkness that seek to reclaim what heaven has already freed. When the energy around you grows heavy, remember that heaviness is often a sign of breakthrough. Before dawn, the sky grows darkest. Before healing, discomfort intensifies. The pressure you feel now is heaven's labor pain. It means something holy is being born through you. The angel assigned to you has not left. He has only drawn his sword. The stillness you sense is not abandonment, it is concentration. Heaven is focused on your victory. The Apostle Paul unveiled this mystery in his letter to the Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. These are not poetic words. They are blueprints of spiritual reality. Every misunderstanding you faced, every attack that seemed to come out of nowhere, none of it was personal. It was strategic. The enemy does not waste resources on those who pose no threat. The pressure you've endured is evidence of your importance. Chosen one, lift your eyes. You are surrounded by light. The angels do not fight for you alone, they fight with you. Every prayer you speak becomes a blade. Every word of truth strengthens the line. When you whisper the name of God in faith, heaven roars in agreement. The war is nearing its turning point. The enemy is not as strong as it pretends to be. Its power thrives on your attention, but you have learned to starve it. You have learned to fix your gaze higher. That is why peace has started returning to your nights. That is why you sense joy returning where sadness once lived. Victory is already unfolding. You are simply walking through the echo of an old defeat that no longer belongs to you. You will notice signs in the coming days, conversations that end before conflict begins, invitations that suddenly fall through, plans that dissolve before they trap you. These are not coincidences. They are interventions. The same angel who once whispered warnings now rearranges your path. You are being led through the battlefield untouched. And when the dust settles, you will realize something powerful. You were never meant to fight like everyone else. Your weapon was never anger, it was awareness. Your strategy was never revenge, it was rest. Your silence, your patience, your steadfastness, they have become a fortress of light that cannot be breached. Now, to seal this moment of recognition, type "I stand firm" in the comments below. Do not underestimate the weight of these 3 words. When you write them, you are not performing a ritual, you are declaring a stance. You are telling heaven, "I refuse to retreat." You are telling darkness, "I am unshaken." Your comment becomes a written decree in the spirit realm, an agreement between your faith and heaven's army that you will not be moved. The war around you will not consume you. It will crown you. And when you look back, you will understand that every sleepless night, every tear, every strange heaviness, it all served to make you unbreakable. You are not merely surviving this battle. You are being refined into the weapon heaven designed you to be. Hold your position. Chosen one. Victory is not coming, it is already here, unfolding quietly like dawn before your eyes. The air has shifted again. Chosen one. You can feel it not in noise, but in vibration. The tension that once surrounded you has begun to dissolve, replaced by a strange clarity. Heaven has moved, and so have you. You are no longer standing at the edge of warning. You are standing in the moment of decision. The angel beside you no longer whispers, beware, he now commands. Break the ties. Every chosen one must come to this place, the sacred intersection where loyalty meets truth. It is not easy, for breaking ungodly agreement feels like tearing invisible threads that have wrapped around your heart. You may feel sorrow, even guilt, but do not mistake emotion for error. Heaven never instructs separation without purpose. This is your moment of liberation, the spiritual cutting away of what cannot rise with you. You have been shown enough now to understand that not all connection is covenant. Some ties were never built by God's design. They were constructed by circumstance or comfort. And while they may have felt harmless at first, they became cords that quietly bound your destiny. Heaven is calling you to break them not in anger but in authority. Ungodly agreement is not always loud. Sometimes it hides in habits, the conversations that plant doubt, the friendships that celebrate everything except holiness, the cycles that drain your peace but feed your fear. Each one is a thread woven by darkness to keep you small, to keep you questioning your worth. But now, the light exposes them one by one. You are being asked to cut every thread that contradicts your calling. Do not fear the emptiness that follows. When the false leaves, the true can finally arrive. The ground that was once tangled with weeds is about to bloom again. The pain of release is the sound of roots being freed. The prophet Amos declared a question that pierces through time. Found in chapter 3, verse 3, can two walk together, except they be agreed? These words are simple yet profound. Agreement creates alignment, and alignment creates direction. If you walk in step with what heaven has not assigned, your journey slows. But when you break the wrong agreement, the path clears. You begin to move freely again, your pace becomes divine, your rhythm synchronized with purpose. Chosen one, you are stepping into a new flow of freedom. And freedom requires action. You must not only feel deliverance, you must walk in it. Begin today by releasing the voices that no longer speak life into you. Forgive them, bless them, but do not linger. Heaven's next chapter waits for those who are willing to walk away from their own chains. This message, this sacred moment, is not merely a story, it is a lifeline. And if it has spoken to your spirit, then help it echo beyond you. Each time you like, you strengthen the flow of truth in the digital wilderness. Each share becomes a seed, carried by unseen winds to someone standing in their own breaking point, wondering if God still speaks. When you subscribe, you join a growing circle of light, a gathering of souls who refuse to bow to fear and refuse to blend with darkness. And if you are led by love, if gratitude stirs in your chest, consider donating, not as obligation but as participation. Think of it not as giving away, but pouring into. When you sow into a message that delivers souls, you become part of heaven's network of rescue. Like the rivers that feed a distant sea, your support reaches beyond sight, touching hearts that may never know your name but will feel your impact. It is like oil poured into a lamp. You may not see the flame you sustain, but somewhere in another midnight heart, that lamp burns because of you. The small act you make here becomes an eternal echo. You are not just a listener, you are a light keeper. Understand this, the enemy fears generosity, because generosity multiplies light. Every time you give, whether with time, prayer, or resource, you defy the spirit of scarcity that rules this world. You declare, "My source is higher." Chosen one, heaven is not asking you to build an altar of gold. It is asking for partnership. Each gesture of support, each click, each share, each offering is a whisper back to heaven that says, "I will not let the flame die here." So take a deep breath. Feel that peace settle in. You have broken the wrong ties and stepped into divine rhythm. You are lighter now, freer now, glowing with unseen strength. The same God who brought you to this moment will sustain you through the next. Walk forward, radiant soul. The past has released its grip. The chains have fallen, and every step you take from this point forward will echo as deliverance for you, and for every life your light touches. The air feels different around you now. Chosen one, what once pressed heavy on your chest has lifted, leaving room for a stillness that feels alive. Heaven has begun the cleansing work it promised. The invisible dust that clung to your spirit is being swept away by divine breath. You may not see fire, but you can feel its warmth, the sacred kind that purifies without consuming. You are stepping into the furnace of transformation. Do not fear the heat. It is not meant to destroy you, but to refine you. Every chosen one must pass through this fire. It burns away attachment, ego, illusion, and leaves behind only gold, the essence of who you were created to be. What feels like loss is often the removal of what could not carry the next weight of glory. The cleansing of God is not always gentle. Sometimes it comes as a disruption, other times as a quiet ache. The friendships that once felt natural now feel strained. The conversations that once thrilled you now feel empty. Even the music, the places, the habits you used to love, they no longer fit. You are not broken, you are evolving. Your spirit has outgrown the old garments, and heaven is tailoring new ones. Chosen one, purification always follows revelation. When heaven shows you truth, it must also remove what truth exposes. You have seen the masks, the manipulations, the shadows near your light, and now, heaven clears the residue they left behind. This is the divine cleansing fire moving through your life, washing away spiritual debris that once blurred your discernment. Do not resist this process. Fire refines only what surrenders to it. The moments of isolation you feel are not abandonment, they are sanctification. God has pulled you aside, not to silence you, but to recalibrate you. You are being stripped of noise so you can hear heaven with precision. There are things being burned right now that you didn't even know were harming you. Resentments tucked deep inside, fears buried under strength, small compromises made in the name of peace. But the Spirit is thorough. Nothing impure will survive this cleansing. You are being restored to original design. And though the fire can feel lonely, remember this gold never fears flame, because it knows purity is its destiny. You are that gold. The more the fire touches you, the clearer your reflection becomes. Soon, others will see in you what heaven has always seen, radiance born of surrender. Malachi's ancient words speak into this very moment. Chapter 3, verse 3. He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. Notice that it says he sits. God does not rush the process. A silversmith remains seated until the reflection of his face appears in the metal. The fire continues until the silver mirrors the image of its maker. That is what heaven is doing with you. Every test, every tear, every purification, each is designed to reveal his likeness in you. This season may strip away familiarity, but it will not strip away identity. Then, in fact, you will come out of this knowing who you truly are for the first time. When the flames subside, your mind will be clearer, your heart lighter, your boundaries unshakable. What once hurt you will no longer have access to your spirit. And something even more beautiful will happen. You will begin to attract differently. Pure light draws pure hearts. Once the spiritual toxins are gone, people aligned with your divine frequency will start appearing. These are destiny partners, not distractions. They will speak life, not flattery, purpose, not pity. You will recognize them instantly because your spirit will rest in their presence. Chosen one, you are not losing, you are shedding. The pain you feel is the sound of old shells cracking. What remains after the breaking will be indestructible. Let the fire complete its work. Do not run back to what feels familiar just to escape the heat. Familiarity is comfort's disguise, and comfort is the enemy of transformation. Soon, you will look back at this very moment and realize that the fire never intended to consume you. It came to reveal what could never burn. You will see that every loss was a cleansing, every closed door a mercy, every silence a sanctuary. Be patient with your process. Fire does not hurry, it perfects. And when the refining is done, you will emerge as something unshakable, holy ground wrapped in human skin. Your very presence will change atmosphere. People will not understand how you glow even after walking through flames. But heaven will smile, for that was always the plan. There is a stillness over your home tonight. Chosen one. The same air that once felt heavy now hums with a sacred calm. Something has shifted in the unseen. The war has quieted. The fire has settled. And what remains is light, pure and unbreakable. You may not see angels with your eyes, but your spirit knows they are near. You can sense their movement like a soft vibration, an invisible wall forming between you and anything that would dare to harm. Heaven has sealed your dwelling. The mark of preservation now rests over your life. You might have noticed it already, how certain people no longer visit unannounced, how confusion cannot linger, how your sleep has grown deeper, untouched by fear. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Heaven has drawn a line that darkness cannot cross. You are entering what Scripture calls the Passover of protection, the moment when judgment passes over those who walk in obedience. You have obeyed the whispers, distanced from deception, endured the refining fire, and now the reward of obedience surrounds you like armor. Your house, your heart, your atmosphere, they are all marked by divine preservation. It is no small thing to be marked by heaven. The angel who once warned you now stands guard at your threshold. No weapon formed, no curse spoken, no scheme planned can penetrate what has been sealed by God Himself. The light within you has become a flame that warns darkness. This territory is off limits. In the ancient days, God commanded His people to mark their doorposts with blood, a prophetic act of faith that signaled divine covering. The same principle lives now, not through ritual, but through obedience. Your prayers, your surrender, your tears of faith, they have become the blood on your spiritual doorway. Heaven recognizes that mark. The forces of darkness recognize it too, and they flee. Chosen one, you must understand preservation is not merely protection from harm. It is insulation for destiny. God has shielded you not just for safety, but for purpose. Some of the attacks that never reached you were meant to distract you from your assignment. But heaven refused to let them touch you. Every delay, every detour, every denial, it was all redirection toward divine safety. When the enemy realized it could not destroy you, it tried to infiltrate. But heaven intervened. Every hidden plan is being dismantled. Every false alliance collapsing under the weight of truth. The same angel that stood before the gates of Eden with a flaming sword now stands before your life, ensuring that only what is divine can enter. Sacred texts of Exodus chapter 12 verse 13. Record it perfectly when I see the blood. I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you. Those words are not history, they are prophecy fulfilled again in your life. God sees the mark of surrender on your spirit, and destruction must pass by. The storms may still rage outside, but inside your dwelling, peace reigns like a crown. You are hidden under wings of mercy. This mark of preservation does more than protect, it elevates. You will notice that your intuition has sharpened, your discernment now instant. Before danger approaches, you will sense it. Before deceit forms, you will feel it. Heaven will guide you with precision because preservation without direction is incomplete. You are being protected for purpose. And now, this season of sealing comes with its own sign, a number that symbolizes completion and divine safety. As an act of agreement, type 44404 in the comments below. These 4 repeating numbers represent the 4 winds, the 4 corners of the earth, the 4 living creatures before the throne, all signs of divine order and protection. When you write them, you are not practicing ritual. You are declaring alignment. You are saying, I am sealed, I am guarded, I am preserved. Let that act be your prophetic echo, a digital altar where heaven witnesses your agreement. The angels take note when faith is spoken, and numbers have always carried meaning in divine language. Chosen one, your home is not just a physical space, it is a sanctuary. The light within your walls repels darkness without effort. Your presence alone changes the atmosphere. This is why you were warned, why you were refined, why you were called to separate. Heaven was preparing to place its mark upon you. And now that mark speaks louder than any weapon. You have become untouchable, not because you are hidden from the world, but because you are held by God. From this day forward, every shadow that once dared to approach your peace will tremble at your threshold. You are a living temple, surrounded by fire, sealed by mercy, marked by heaven. Storms may continue to roar around you, but they cannot reach you. You are within divine borders now. The seal stands firm. The blood still speaks. The angels still guard. Peace to you. Chosen one, the danger has passed. The promise remains. The quiet that now surrounds you is not empty. It is pregnant with revelation. You can almost feel it in the air. Something is about to unfold. Heaven has been preparing this moment for you, the hour when truth begins to surface in full view. This is the season of exposure. It is when hidden things are brought into light, not to shame, but to free. For too long, the truth has lingered in shadows, words spoken behind closed doors, motives masked by kindness, intentions cloaked beneath smiles. But light does not negotiate with darkness. It simply arrives. And when it does, shadow has no choice but to flee. Heaven is turning the light toward every corner of your story. What was whispered in secret will now echo in the open. Not because you sought revenge, but because truth itself demands to be seen. Exposure is not judgment. It is mercy wearing armor. God reveals only what He is ready to heal. This season, every mask that hindered your progress, every alliance that diluted your peace, every imitation that mimicked your purpose, they will fall away naturally, without your hand lifting a single finger. Heaven does not need your anger. It needs your patience. Chosen one, do not fear exposure. When the Spirit begins to uncover, He does so with surgical precision. Nothing revealed will destroy you, it will define you, it will separate what was never meant to continue with you. Those who lied in shadows will find themselves entangled by their own fabrications. The same words they used against you will echo back to reveal their origin. This is not your doing. It is the law of divine reciprocity, truth returning to its source. You have prayed for justice without realizing that sometimes justice walks softly. It does not always come as thunder or public vindication. Sometimes it appears as clarity. Suddenly you will see what was hidden, hear what was whispered, understand what once confused you. And when it happens, do not gloat, simply nod and walk in peace. Heaven will handle the rest. Exposure also means elevation. The false must fall away before the true can rise. Some doors that once stayed shut will now open effortlessly because the barriers of deception have crumbled. Opportunities that eluded you will return because the atmosphere has been cleared. People of truth will begin to recognize your light. The isolation you endured was heaven's method of protecting you until the season of unveiling arrived. The spiritual law of exposure has always been in motion. What is built on deception cannot stand forever. Time itself becomes the stage upon which truth performs its final act. It may take months or moments, but eventually the mask grows too heavy to hold. Lies have expiration dates. Only truth endures. We are reminded through the ancient record in the book of Numbers, chapter 32, verse 23. Be sure your sin will find you out. These words are not threats, they are laws. Everything hidden carries the seed of revelation. Falsehoods demand attention until they are dismantled. Heaven's justice is thorough. It restores balance by illumination. Those who wronged you may never confess, but their actions will speak louder than their denials. And when that day comes, you will no longer need to justify your pain. Truth will do it for you. Chosen one. Exposure is often uncomfortable because it forces you to see not only others but yourself. Light does not discriminate. It reveals all. In this process, you may see traces of your own compromises, times you stayed silent when you should have spoken, moments you ignored intuition out of fear of conflict. Do not let shame find you there. God's exposure includes grace. The same light that reveals also redeems. When truth surfaces, release it without commentary. Let people witness their own revelations. Do not rush to correct or defend. Silence remains your companion. Wisdom remains your shield. The less you say, the louder truth will sound. And while others scramble to explain their downfall, you will simply continue rising. The purity of your endurance will speak for you. This is the paradox of divine exposure. The chosen never chase justice. Justice chases them. Soon those who misunderstood you will understand. Those who doubted will recall your patience and marvel. Even those who spoke against you will secretly honor your restraint. Heaven always vindicates. And vindication that comes from God needs no announcement. So breathe deeply, beloved. Let the light fall where it must. Do not hide from what is being revealed. You have nothing to fear. The only things that burn under truth's flame are those not meant to endure. Everything genuine, your faith, your kindness, your resilience will only shine brighter. You have waited long for this moment, and now it unfolds in divine order. What once felt like loss will soon be seen as protection. What once hurt will now heal. And what was once hidden in shadow will stand exposed in the brightness of your peace. When the dust of revelation settles, a deep and sacred quiet follows. You find yourself standing in a peace that feels unfamiliar, yet profoundly right. It is not the absence of noise, it is the presence of clarity. The storm that once roared around you has emptied itself, and what remains is a stillness filled with the hum of divine balance. Heaven has finished one work and is preparing another. This is what restoration feels like. It does not arrive in thunder or spectacle, but in the slow returning of peace to the soul. The same place where anxiety once lived now feels wide and clean, like a room aired out after a long winter. The spiritual tension that once pressed on your mind has lifted, leaving a lightness you can't quite describe. Chosen one. This is the peace that does not depend on circumstances. It is not built by explanation or validation, it flows directly from heaven, a current of calm that cannot be counterfeited. It is the confirmation that you have crossed through fire, endured exposure, and come out untarnished. You are standing in the quiet proof of victory. At first, peace may feel strange to you. When you have lived in battle for so long, rest feels unnatural. You may catch yourself waiting for the next attack, the next betrayal, the next test. But heaven whispers, "Be still, it is finished." The season of warfare is giving way to the season of restoration. You are no longer fighting for survival, you are being rebuilt for purpose. God restores not by replacing what was lost, but by multiplying what remains. The fragments you thought were useless are being gathered by angelic hands. Every tear, every wound, every sleepless night is becoming material for the next chapter. What was meant to break you is becoming the foundation for your strength. The peace you now feel is the quiet hum of rebuilding. Sometimes the aftermath of deliverance feels lonely. The noise is gone, the crowd has thinned, and the silence can feel heavy. But that silence is not emptiness, it is incubation. New beginnings often start in quiet rooms. The seed does not shout as it grows beneath the soil, yet life bursts forth unseen. So it is with you. Heaven is planting peace deep into your roots so that nothing can uproot you again. Chosen one, there is a difference between temporary relief and divine peace. Relief fades when conditions change. Divine peace endures through any storm. It is a seal, a mark that says, "This soul belongs to light." That is what you carry now. It radiates from you without effort. You will notice people pausing near you, feeling calm without knowing why. That is the residue of your restoration, the evidence that heaven has inhabited your atmosphere. As the Apostle Paul wrote to the Philippians, chapter 4, verse 7, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This peace does not argue or explain itself, it simply guards. It stands at the threshold of your heart like an angel with a flaming sword, keeping chaos from re-entering. You may still face challenges, but they will not touch your inner stillness again. The battle outside cannot reach the sanctuary within. Now, everything that once drained you begins to lose power. You no longer crave validation from those who doubted you. You no longer carry the bitterness of those who wronged you. You release them all into the hands of the one who restores. The chains that tied you to old memories have dissolved. You are free not just from others, but from the echoes of your own fear. You are learning to live again, to breathe without tension, to wake without dread. Each morning feels like a soft sunrise after a long night. Gratitude flows easily, laughter returns naturally. Even your body begins to reflect your healing, your eyes brighter, your movements lighter. This peace is not a pause, it is preparation. You are being positioned for purpose beyond what you imagined. The stillness you now feel is the soil in which destiny will take root. From this peace, new visions will be born. New ideas, connections, and directions will begin to surface, each one carrying the fragrance of heaven's timing. So rest in this silence. Beloved, let peace do its perfect work. You have crossed the valley, walked through fire, and emerged as light. Nothing around you is missing. Everything that matters has survived. The battle is behind you. The rebuilding is before you, and peace walks beside you. This is the return of peace, the crown you wear quietly, the proof that you are chosen and preserved. The air around you glows softer now. Chosen one. The fire has done its work, the shadows have retreated, and what remains is gold pure, luminous, and untouchable. You stand not as the wounded, but as the crowned. Heaven is not merely calling you survivor anymore, it is naming you sovereign. The crown is not placed on your head because you demanded it, but because you endured when others fled. You carried faith through storms that tried to drown you, and now the light rests upon you as reward. This is the hour of remembrance. Heaven remembers your endurance. Every tear that fell in silence, every prayer whispered in fatigue, every act of obedience that cost you something, it was all recorded, all honored. Nothing you endured was wasted. Every bruise became a seed, every trial a testimony, every delay a shaping. Now you are rising, not as you were, but as who you were always meant to be. The attacks you faced were never proof of weakness, they were confirmation of authority. Darkness does not waste energy on the ordinary, it only fears what carries impact. You were targeted because you are marked. You shine differently, move differently, speak differently. Your light disrupts systems. Your obedience shakes atmospheres. You are a living reminder that divine power still works through willing vessels. Heaven has been preparing this moment of coronation long before you realized it. Every closed door, every betrayal, every misunderstood silence was the chiseling of your crown. And now, as you step into this chapter, heaven whispers, remember who you are. The Apostle Paul declared in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 8, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness. Those words are not ancient poetry, they are your reality. You have reached the part of the journey where your endurance becomes inheritance. The crown is not a trophy, it is a mantle. It signifies responsibility, vision, and legacy. You are being entrusted with influence not for fame, but for impact. Others will look to you not because you are loud, but because you are luminous. Now that you wear this invisible crown, your words must become healing balms, not weapons. Your presence must become sanctuary for the weary. That is the nature of divine authority. It does not dominate, it restores. Heaven crowns only those who have learned humility through hardship. And as this message reaches you, yes, right now take a moment to breathe it in. Feel the weight of your spiritual crown settle gently. It is light, yet firm, invisible, yet undeniable. It carries the memory of everything you survived. If these words have resonated with the quiet chambers of your soul, consider letting their echo travel farther. When you like this message, it is more than an act of approval, it is a spark that tells the algorithm of the world. There is light here. When you share, you extend that light to someone else's darkness, perhaps to a stranger standing at their own threshold of surrender. And when you subscribe, you join a circle of divine alignment souls across the world who are awakening at the same time as you, each one holding a fragment of the same fire. If your spirit feels moved, you may even donate, not because you must, but because generosity multiplies light. It is like pouring oil into a lamp that burns for others. Your act of giving, whether small or large, keeps the flame alive for someone who still needs to hear this message tomorrow. Think of it as a ripple across still water. The reach of your kindness extends far beyond what you can see. And finally, comment below, share what line or image touched your heart most deeply. Words have power when they are witnessed, and your reflection might be the very confirmation another soul is praying for tonight. Every comment becomes a thread in this vast tapestry of chosen ones, each voice adding color and testimony. This is not just another message. It is an altar built of words. Together we keep the fire alive. Together we prove that faith still burns in the hearts of the willing. Chosen one, lift your head. The crown fits perfectly because it was forged by your journey. You are not under attack anymore. You are under appointment. The same heavens that once warned you now celebrate you. The angels who once guarded now bow in recognition of the authority you carry. Walk forward not in pride, but in purpose. You are not simply crowned, you are commissioned. The world does not need another noise. It needs your presence, your steadiness, your light. Wear your crown quietly, but let its radiance fill every place your feet touch. Night returns, but it feels different now. The darkness no longer frightens you, it bows to you. The same shadows that once stalked your peace now stand at a distance, silenced by the authority you carry. Heaven has shifted your rank. You no longer walk merely as one protected, you walk as one commissioned. The angel who once warned you now begins to teach you. This is the phase of instruction, the passing of divine strategy from the unseen to your spirit. Chosen one, every battle you have endured was a classroom. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every delay was a teacher dressed in pain. Now the lessons merge into wisdom. Heaven does not waste experiences. It converts them into insight. The patterns you once stumbled through are now maps in your hand. You see what others miss. You sense danger before it manifests, and discern manipulation before it speaks. That is not paranoia, it is graduation. In this season, the angel's voice grows clearer. It no longer warns, "Be careful." It now whispers, "Prepare." You are not being trained to hide, you are being equipped to build. The same discernment that once protected you will now guide others. You will notice how your counsel begins to carry weight. When you speak, people pause. They sense something beyond logic in your words, something forged through both suffering and surrender. Instruction from heaven rarely comes in thunder. It arrives as patterns, repeated numbers, recurring dreams, sudden insight, scripture that seems to breathe directly into your situation. The angel communicates through alignment, not volume. You must learn to recognize the rhythm of divine direction. It feels like intuition but carries peace instead of anxiety. The enemy rushes, heaven reassures. Learn the difference, and you will never be misled again. Chosen one, your obedience has earned you this clarity. Heaven does not entrust strategy to those still distracted by noise. You have proven yourself trustworthy by walking through the fire without losing faith. Now the Spirit hands you blueprints, plans for purpose, instructions for protection, visions for the future. Do not rush to act on everything you receive. Some revelations are meant to be stored, not spoken. Timing is the guardian of prophecy. This is the season to record. Write what you hear, even when it doesn't yet make sense. Many chosen ones lose direction not because heaven is silent, but because they forget what was once spoken. Your journal becomes your scroll of instruction. The words you pen in obedience today will become survival guides tomorrow. You are not just being prepared for yourself, you are being equipped to lead. The Spirit of the Lord reminds you of a truth long recorded in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 16. Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Wisdom and purity must now walk together within you. Wisdom without purity corrupts. Purity without wisdom is easily deceived. You are called to balance both. Move strategically, but love sincerely. See deeply, but judge gently. Speak truth, but cover it with grace. This is the delicate art of divine leadership, the ability to expose darkness without losing compassion. Your discernment will sharpen in coming days. People will reveal their motives faster. Doors will open suddenly, and others will close without explanation. Do not panic. Heaven is rearranging your surroundings to match your next assignment. You are stepping into a phase where every choice matters. The angel's instructions will often sound small: rest, wait, write, speak. But each command carries ripple effects that shape nations unseen. You may notice yourself drawn to solitude again. This is not regression, it is refinement. Great clarity requires quiet. Heaven is downloading information, and silence is your receiver. Every pause is purposeful. Your absence from certain places will become your protection. Not everyone can breathe in the altitude of revelation. Chosen one, guard this wisdom carefully. Revelation without discretion can become ruin. Share only what the Spirit permits. Some truths are meant to be shown through your life, not spoken through your lips. You are not here to convince, you are here to demonstrate. You are entering a rhythm of divine awareness. It will feel as though you walk slightly ahead of time, sensing what approaches before it arrives. That is the grace of foresight, a gift given only to those who have learned stillness. With it comes responsibility to remain humble, to remain teachable, to remain kind. For power without humility becomes pollution. The angel's final words to you in this section are gentle but resolute. Use what you know to protect, not to punish. Speak when commanded, not when provoked. Move only when peace leads. You are being transformed into a vessel of strategy, an emissary of wisdom hidden in plain sight. You will not need recognition. Your results will reveal you. Heaven's trust in you is the highest reward. Walk with quiet authority. For those who carry instruction from above must move softly upon the earth. The dawn is breaking now. Chosen one. The long night that once defined your journey is dissolving into light. The darkness no longer clings, it recedes. Defeated, you stand in the first breath of a new day, and even the air feels different. It tastes of promise. It hums with destiny. The same world you walked through in pain now greets you with reverence, for it recognizes what heaven has done within you. You have completed the circle. What began as warning has become wisdom. What began as fear has become faith. The angel that once whispered caution now watches with pride. Heaven's work in you is not incomplete, it is perfect. You were once a listener of divine messages, now you are a living one. Your life itself has become prophecy fulfilled. This is the rising. It does not announce itself loudly, yet it changes everything. Rising is not about being seen, it is about being sent. When God finishes refining a chosen vessel, He does not keep them hidden. He releases them as flames into a cold world. You are that flame now. You were refined to radiate. Every hardship, every heartbreak, every divine silence, it all built the fire you now carry. You are no longer merely surviving spiritual warfare. You are reshaping it. Darkness recognizes you now. It remembers the sound of your prayers, the steadiness of your worship, the silence that frightened it when you refused to react. Your presence disrupts what once intimidated you. You have become a moving altar, a temple of light in motion. The angelic host now walks beside you not as guardians alone, but as companions in purpose. You are sealed and sent. Wherever your feet touch, the atmosphere will shift. Places long saturated with despair will begin to breathe again. Words that once stumbled will now flow with grace and authority. You have become a conduit of divine presence, heaven flowing through humanity. Chosen one, this next season is not about proving who you are. It is about being who you are. The proving is over. The testing has been passed. You no longer need to explain your journey or justify your anointing. The fruit of your endurance will speak where words cannot. The peace you carry will do more than sermons ever could. You will find yourself in moments where others approach, drawn to something they cannot name. They will say there's something different about you. And you will smile. Knowing it is not you they see, it is the light of the one who rebuilt you. You are walking evidence that God still redeems, still restores, still resurrects. There is a power now resting upon your words. When you speak, heaven leans in. When you pray, minds shift. When you walk, creation responds. You are not the same soul who once trembled at warning. You are the vessel who carries fulfillment. The prophet Isaiah recorded a declaration that now sings through your very being. Chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. These words are not mere reassurance, they are decree. They do not promise that weapons will not form, they promise they will fail. Every arrow of accusation, every dart of envy, every whisper of deceit, they will find no home near you. You are covered by covenant, guarded by command. You will soon notice how time itself seems to align with your steps. Delays will dissolve, detours will make sense, and opportunities will unfold without struggle. This is not luck, it is orchestration. Heaven has synchronized your timeline with purpose. You will walk into rooms prepared long before your arrival, and every word you speak there will echo with divine authority. Yet remember this: beloved, the higher the calling, the quieter the journey. Glory does not seek spotlight, it manifests in service. Let your light remain humble, your wisdom gentle, your power compassionate. You are not sent to impress, you are sent to ignite. From this day, you will find that your prayers no longer sound desperate, they sound directive. You speak as one who knows heaven listens, and it does. Every word formed in truth now travels faster, sharper, deeper. The Spirit trusts you because you have learned to trust Him. Your mission from this point forward is simple but sacred. Carry the fire wisely. Wherever you go, leave warmth, not ashes. Wherever you speak, leave peace, not pride. Wherever you love, love completely. This is your ascension, your sealing, your sending. You have walked through the valley, wrestled with darkness, been refined by flame, and risen with light. You are a sign to generations that obedience still conquers, that surrender still sanctifies, that love still wins. Lift your gaze to the horizon, the new chapter has already begun. The sky is brighter because you have become part of its radiance. Walk forward. Chosen one. The world awaits the light you now carry. And now, beloved chosen one, the message reaches its end, but your journey continues. You have walked through revelation, cleansing, and restoration. You have listened as heaven whispered secrets meant only for those willing to hear. You have been warned, refined, preserved, and crowned. You have become the living echo of divine truth. If this message has stirred something deep within you, if you felt the pulse of recognition, the warmth of confirmation, then don't let it stop here. Let the flame travel farther. When you like this message, you fan the spark so that others can find the same light that found you. When you share, you become a messenger yourself, carrying hope into someone's midnight. And when you subscribe, you stay connected to this river of revelation, walking step by step with others who carry the same call. Take a moment to comment what word or image touched you most. Your reflection might be the bridge someone else needs to cross from fear into faith. Heaven never sends a message to end it in silence. Let this be the moment you add your voice to the movement of light. The story continues through you.